Hi guys! Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you guys are new here, hi, my name is Shelly. It is so nice of you to join me today. If you haven't seen my video that I posted a couple of weeks ago, I made a semi-naked cake for a friend of mine who got married in September. But I also made some cupcakes to go alongside the cake, and I decided that I would create a separate video to show you how I made the cupcake picks using Dollar Tree items. Now, she only wanted really simple cupcakes, but I really wanted to elevate her cupcakes just a little bit, so I figured I would share how I made these with you guys. I also wanted to share a couple of tips of mine on how to create beautiful domes on your cupcakes. For those of you that haven't watched my original video, I'll go ahead and post the link in the description box down below, and I'll also put it in the ending outro credits for you guys as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the video. Okay, so just as a reminder, here is the semi-naked cake that I made for her, and she was able to dress it up however she wanted. And here are the cupcakes that I made with the help of the Dollar Tree, my Cricut, and my printer. I was able to make these simple yet elegant cupcake picks that really helped elevate the look of them, and they fit perfectly alongside my cake. Okay, so I am still pretty new to using Cricut. My husband has a little bit more experience than I do when using it, but he taught me a couple of things. So I opened up my Cricut Design Space app, and I just started a new project. Here's gonna open up your canvas. So I went over to shapes, and I was able to select one that I liked for the picks. And here you're able to multiply by copying them and pasting. And you can align them wherever you like, and you can size them to however size you want them to be. These are gonna be 2.5 by 1.7 inches. And then I went onto Google and I found some images that I really liked, and I sized them to be just a little bit smaller than the background that I made on the Cricut. And then I'm just gonna print those out using my printer. I made two designs, one that says Mr. and Mrs. and the other one says I do, with a little diamond ring on the O. I'm using this roll of packing paper that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna create an entire sheet by gluing it to a sheet of cardstock paper. To make sure that I had a really smooth finish, I used my vinyl tool that I also got from the Dollar Tree to really smooth it out to make sure there's no creases and to make it easier for my cutting tool on the Cricut to cut out the shapes. And I'm just gonna cut off any excess paper using my Cricut cutter. So now you have a really pretty rustic looking background, and I'm just going to attach that sheet to my Cricut mat so that my Cricut machine can cut out the shapes. After I cut out my little I do labels, I outlined my picks using a metallic marker. I got these markers from the Dollar Tree as well, and they come in a couple of different colors. It just really added a little pop of color to my picks. Using this double-sided foam tape from the Dollar Tree, I cut them into small squares to attach my I do labels. I liked how it gave a monogram look to it, so they popped out instead of sitting flush onto the pick itself. I can't take full credit for this idea because I feel like this is something my sister would have done, so I really thought of her while I came up with this idea. Now I'm just going to embellish my pick with a little twine bow. For my second set of picks, I found this vinyl paper from the Crafter Square section at the Dollar Tree. They are smaller rolls and they're made for stuff just like this or for embellishing cups and stuff like that. So I did the same exact technique using my printer and my Cricut. I just made the same shape and I added the vinyl paper instead of using the packing paper. And I created a twine bow using the twine from the Dollar Tree. And now you have two beautiful sets of picks that will look great on any wedding cupcake. For the baking portion of this video, I did use Natashas Kitchen vanilla and chocolate cupcake recipe. I did not know, honestly, that cake recipes and cupcake recipes were slightly different. And this is because you don't need to bake up as much batter. So whenever I did use my cake recipes to make cupcakes, my cupcakes would always sink in the center. I always make sure to use my hand mixer instead of my standing mixer because I feel like you have more control over your mixing power and you get a better mix using a hand mixer than you would using your actual hand. So I use a hand mixer to mix all of my batters, and I like to bake my cupcakes in my countertop oven. Just this way it concentrates on just 1 dozen at a time and you get a perfect dome every single time you bake up cupcakes. In my oven using propane, I feel like my cupcakes are too small and there is too much space in the oven, so my cupcakes don't know how to rise properly. So that might be something you might be interested in whenever you do bake up cupcakes. Maybe try using a smaller oven or a convection oven, and you want to do them in small increments at a time, which is why you want to use the cupcake recipes like Natashas. I think that it'll help you get really moist, tender, and delicious cupcakes every time. To finish off these cupcakes, I'm going to use my lace wraps, but to keep them closed, because sometimes they do pop open, I use some balloon glue that I got from the Dollar Tree to help them stay closed and not pop off while you put them in the fridge, because sometimes that will happen. So this will just keep them secure. And then I'm just going to ice them nicely with some regular American buttercream, some simple sprinkles, and of course my picks.
Today's our day. There were nights we would fight, no end in sight, nothing was right. Tonight's our night. Tonight's our night. I'll fight for you until this life is over. There's no giving up here, babe. We'll make it out and fall in love tonight. Ain't nothing needed but us feeling right. Just take a chance, we got a wild ride. Wait and see, you and me, we were meant to be. We were meant to be. We were meant to be. There were times when we found it, fell back in love, the best still to come. Our time is now. Our time is now.
I realize that you can find these picks or something similar to them on Etsy or even at your local craft store, but I really enjoyed making these, and I also really enjoy doing things the old school way. And I really feel like it shows your own creativity and has that special wow factor. I really wish that I was able to get some really nice photos of what they looked like when they were set up on the table, but unfortunately her pictures have not come in yet, so I was not able to retrieve any of those, and I did not take any of them myself, unfortunately. But they still came out really beautiful. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and all that good stuff. It really does help me out and my channel. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.
We were meant to be. We were meant to be. We were meant to be.